our government is attacking its own people. If we accept this, then we accept this North Korean kind of behaviour into our country. There is no justification for this. None. Anyone who tries to justify this, please take a hard look at yourself. This is not childish. This is nasty. Nasty tactics used by a government on its people. Everybody needs to ask themselves now, do we accept this kind of treatment of our own people? My name is Adam Jackson. I was a sniper team commander. I was in the military for 12 years. I trained sniper teams all around the world. I worked with the Deputy Director of Public Health, Ministry of Health for 3 years on different health programs within the military. I wrote health policy for the New Zealand Defence Force, an organisation 10,000 people large. I worked on various health and performance programs. I worked in cultural development with large groups. I worked with a lot of military psychologists. I worked in boards of teams of doctors, psychologists, social workers, padres on health policy. I've delivered my work to 2 international symposiums. I've delivered training to every NATO head of state or head of sniper capability. I've pretty much worked in every applicable area of human manipulation. I've worked with a Canadian PSYOPs team. I've been deployed on operations in field surveillance teams with human intelligence. I was attending the protest, and the protest had just finished singing the national anthem. Extremely peaceful, extremely loving. I observed on the Parliament building, they started bringing out these speakers, and I thought, oh, maybe someone's going to address the crowd. And then they started blasting irritating, repetitive music at the crowd. Now what hit me is when this frequency hit my ear, it took me straight back to a memory that I have. And what they are doing is using enhanced interrogation tactics designed to break down the mind on the protesters. This is using a weapon against its own population.
These are EMF meters, electromagnetic force that is out in the air. Now, what's normally considered safe in a workplace is 0.4 volts per square meter. And so, right sitting out here, see, we're at 800. And you see how it keeps spiking up there? Now, I'm on an XYZ, which means that this little meter here is directional. I've got it pointed towards the top of the beehive.
That's right.
When I go around the top of the beehive this morning, they were like, we just hit a 1.1. This morning, they were hitting us with 4.5 volts per square meter. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. And that gives you effects like people get angry, people get anxious, people get tired, people get confused. And you get tinnitus in your ears, and it's just kind of like a really bad thing to be there. We just had another 1.2 there. To give you an idea, 0.04 is what we have at our house, and that's with Wi-Fi.
I want to really start exposing how ugly, how evil, and how determined this corporation is. And knowing that there are children in here, it's disgusting what they have been doing, right? Their tech weapons that they're using right across the world at all these big convoys and all these protests. And I'm talking about those EMF machines, those radiation machines, and all those kind of things like that. We've seen it happening in Canberra to the point where people were coming out of that protest in Canberra with big massive blisters. I haven't seen anything like that. I know people are suffering headaches, but with all the natural and healers and holistic healers, they have been providing our whole family here in Wellington with holistic remedies. And we've started passing out earplugs, fire blankets. So a lot of people have now incorporated those in their sleeping gear. People are actually making tin foil hats. Now isn't that funny? But they work apparently, so we want to kind of bring some lightness into it somehow and just relieve some of the anxiety and frustration and stress. And I think a tinfoil hat is bloody great. Victoria University, that big building there, right? We have had eyes on that because there were apparently some people spotted in there a few days ago. Possible radiation weapons put in there, and one over there. Those are new. Right now we are walking outside the Wellington High Court. Now these assholes have got these technological weapons on site. We've got the readings, we've got the proof. The paperwork is being done today, and those two documents will be combined, and we're going to be coming in here and we're going to be serving these people. We believe that they are in the building. These two lights over here, this one here, that one there, right, and this one here, they were popping off 2 nights ago. So they put something in there. We know there is one on the Beehive and on the Parliament building. We've also had readings come from this building as well. Now these are all millionaires in here, right? And they were the ones that complained about us all being here. Do you want to know something else about Kate Shepherd Apartments and their residents? When they turn the sprinklers on, before they turn the sprinklers on, Trevor Mallard actually rang those residents to tell them and ask them if they would be okay with that happening. We've got our own EMF and tech weapons experts working on plans to combat those.